Well, hey guys, I am Bobo the Vulture, and this is Let's Play Tecmo Super Bowl. Rewriting the history of the Buffalo Bills, one early 90s season at a time. We are down to the last of the early 90s seasons that we can rewrite in Tecmo Super Bowl. And we are going to be trying... we've already transformed the Buffalo Bills from two-time losers to two-time winners in the Super Bowl. Back-to-back champions in 91 and 92. We're trying to see whether or not we can make it a three-peat. Yeah, I'm going to be away for a little while. Of course, by the time any of these eps get onto YouTube, I will be probably back. But that don't mean nothing to none of you guys. Let's see. This weekend, I will be going to a wedding in San Antonio. That's right, future us. Say hello to the future, everybody. Gonna set this to skip through week 8 because I didn't realize until I sort of promised that I was going to be playing some Tecmo Super Bowl that the Buffalo Bills of 1993 actually have a bye week in week 7. So I was concerned that we were heading into week 7 of the NFL season and didn't have anything to put up. But in theory, I wouldn't have had to because Bills had a bye week. But let's go ahead and get some in the can because it's going to be a busy fall, probably into winter. So let's go ahead and get started in here. Let's get it started. Ha! Let's get it started in here. And so we go from the endless 7-second loop of menu music to the solemn silence of the Tecmo Super Bowl auto skip. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm glad the game has. I don't want to be sitting here looking at all of these games. It could be interesting if you wanted to sit down and observe them all as exhibitions. You certainly could. You could set all of the games to calm as opposed to skip, and it would actually have the computer play against the computer, and you could sit there and watch the game. Maybe you could do your own color commentary if you wanted. You could be do your best Madden Michaels. You could do one, the other, or both. I'm not telling you what to do. Or just shout and cheer at the screen, like a true fan. Hey, Piano Keys. I assume you guys are shouting and cheering at the screen, not right now, but when I actually start the game, which I will do now. 8th week, 3rd season. We are facing the Jets. We won the coin toss, so we are going to go ahead and let them have their shot. Get the ball kicked off as only Steve Christie can. By which apparently I mean slightly too powerfully, because they will have the option of kneeling this down for a touchback, which they wisely take. It's Baxter! Meow 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 meow. One of the oh, and they gave the ball to Baxter. And he's running off with it. Meow 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 meow. Dang it. Is this gonna be more baseball? If I've got time after I get one, maybe 2 games in the can here, I would like to see whether or not I can get some. Wow, they are just feeding the ball to Baxter non-stop. I really should be anticipating that at this point.
Ready, set, hut.
But I would like to get some more character creation done. Oh man, you guys just took out Boomer. Yeah, I forgot that that would be what we would be dealing with the Jets of this. No, we wouldn't. Would we? Hey, we stooped him. That didn't quite go the way I was hoping. It's alright. Let's go ahead and kneel down for a touchback too. You will notice a second's hesitation there as I tried to remember what button allowed you to kneel in the end zone, because it just doesn't seem to come up very often. The computer is usually very good at kicking in such a way that you have to return it. Piano keys. Attempt to toggle low latency. You may need to turn low latency off. If you have it off, you might need to switch it back on. That seems to be the thing that Mixer likes to do. I can tell you that I have not dropped any frames. And it at least seems that others are having an okay time. Alright, so we've done some basic troubleshooting here. Let's see whether or not we can shoot the ball up the field. Not like that. Don't... Okay. Don't injure Jim Kelly. Just don't injure Jim Kelly. Thank you for not injuring Jim Kelly. Alright, well, I guess we're,
Ready, set, put.
If you guys are going to be mean to Jim Kelly, I will go ahead and give the ball to Thurman Thomas and get us another first down before we even think about throwing it again. I don't care if you call the right play. I'm still going to, well, okay, lose a yard. No. Dumb as it is. Gonna make it anyways. Cool. Good. I'm glad. That that all worked out. Here. Let's try a different pass play here. Get it to Keith McKellar. Probably just should have let him run out rather than risking the potentially devastating fumble. Which, you know, considering how close they were to shutting down Thurman Thomas and our team in general on that first series of downs, I have to think that the difficulty has decided to start its upward ratchet. There tends to be just sort of a wave up and down of difficulty throughout the year. These are the Jets, which, from the moment that I say that, should appear to be obvious, but I'm sure that when you typed that in, all you saw was green and sort of silvery white uniforms, and yes, it very clearly could have been the Eagles. But now we are just within sight of their end zone. Hazel! Hang on a second, guys. Sorry about that. Needed to unleash cat discipline. You missed the Kelly green uniforms. Well, Kelly is in a blue and red uniform, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Ready, 24.
Though I missed those uniforms. Gonna try it again.
Blue 48. Hut. Hut. Hut.
Yeah, this will get us in there.
Touchdown.
Risking it on fourth a lot. I know it'll come back to bite me at some point, but I wanted to get some points on the board here in the first half. But yeah, I miss the red helmets of the Buffalo Bills of the 90s. They've gone to white helmets now, right? Which I guess theoretically is more traditional to how they were way back in the day, but still. Considering the logo looks entirely different and isn't just a red sort of silhouette of a buffalo that's not especially stylized like the logo that they had in the 90s and are still using today.
Hut. 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 Hut.
Ugh. Alright, blatant late hit on Boomer Sizing. That was quite a game they just got. 66 yards in a play. Hats off Boomer.
Round 52. Hut. 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 Touchdown.
That is interesting. I'm noticing that more than a lot of other quarterbacks, I don't know if it's the AI or if it's something about the way these plays are set up that I hadn't noticed, but it does seem like Boomer's doing a lot more scrambling around within the pocket rather than just taking tons of steps back, as most of the quarterbacks in this game, when I play as Jim Kelly included, seem to be doing. Yeah, usually they'll kick it out right about like this. Well, I don't know. We may see it a lot. Certainly we're going to end up seeing it more than I would like, I have to imagine.
Blue 43. Hut. Hut.
Get it over to Carwell Gardner. 9-yard gain. Do like that play because it gives you some options. The only problem is you have to be very careful when cycling through those options.
First down. Round 52. Hut. Hut.
Let's get it over to Keith Keller. Because it looked like somebody was already on Andre Reed and Bibi. So you just can't do very much with that then.
Blue 48. Hut. Hut.
Get it over to Thurman. Laser scope of a pass. I really just walked right into a tackle there, didn't I? Walked into a guy that was diving at the wrong place. It's a little foolish. I can't deny that that was a little foolish. Jeez, we're in the 1-minute drill here. I had to get this ball in. It is very nearly halftime. Hang on a second, everybody. Hazel just ate something she wasn't supposed to, I think. Got any plans for a Halloween stream? I mean, theoretically, I had one that I did, oh boy. I should continue the one that I did 2 years ago, but, just haven't gotten back around to playing Rock of the Dead again. What day of the week is Halloween this year? Alright, touchdown, baby! almost wide. Alright, only 18 seconds left until the half is over and we get the ball back. Here is hoping that we can get that all squared away. They're gonna burn a timeout here? No. Alright, in that case, I have to imagine that they are going to try and rely on Boomer Esiason to air this ball out big time. Did I pick the right way? Nope, they gave it to Baxter. Meow, 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 meow. Ooh, halftime. Meow, 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 meow. Hey, 16-bit cheerleaders. Hey, 16-bit jazz combo. So, yep, we're winning. It's actually in terms of yardage, it is not the blowout that well, it's not a blowout at all. It's a one-score game. Being told I should stream Final Fantasy IX or Legend of Mana sometime. Yanokis, the PlayStation 1 era was not really my golden age for RPGs. I tell you, once they got to CD systems, they got to a point where they just started being too long. Which certainly is a strange thing to complain about, but in terms of long projects that I have going on right now, MLB Power Pros is going to take the rest of my life at the rate that it's going. So I don't know that I necessarily want to put in for another effort like that. I mean, I could do something in the 8 or 16-bit. Get Secret of Mana going. Got a Super Nintendo Classic. Could try to get that going. Of course, the thing about the SNES Classic Edition is it's got Secret of Mana on it, but it only has 2 controller ports, and there is no way to do a third controller port onto it that I am familiar with. Final Fantasy VII. Fun fact, Bobo the Vulture has started Final Fantasy VII on more than one occasion and still never completed it. I think I got to some point not too long after you get Red 13 in your party and feel like we got some vague instruction to go somewhere and just start looking around for Sephiroth or something like that. And never really figured out where I needed specifically to go beyond that. And didn't, I guess, feel too strongly compelled to work it out.
Blue 48! Blue 48! Put, put, put.
This was probably not before the days of fax, but it was probably before the days that I would think to go look in a fact to find something.
First down!
Oh, see, Legend of Mana. I've played Legend of Mana before, but and it has several plot lines and you can edit pretty fast. The problem with it having several plot lines, though, is that if you're going to do an LP of it, then you would end up feeling compelled to explore all of the plot lines, and then it just opens this Pandora's box of replays and reloads and other things. What if I took Carwell Gardner straight up the middle here? What would happen?
Red 24! Put, put.
People would be expecting him. No, I can make 2 yards. We can do it. I believe.
Round 52! Round 52!
We can make 2 yards and get change back on our dollar.
Red 24! Put, put, put.
Thank you, dumb baby. Ooh, diving catch. Maybe sometime in 2018. I have an idea of the next LP or two that I might want to do. It's not on that list, but I don't know. Got some ideas. A lot of them are probably just as covered as Legend of Mana has been over the years, but ones that I have a little more familiarity with. Let's see about stopping Baxter. Meow, 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 meow. Okay, so we didn't stop Baxter, but we did stop forward progress for the team. That was the man known as Johnso. Yeah, see, there he goes. He like grooves on, like he does not stray away from the line. He holds the line, despite the fact that enemy is everywhere. Enemy is everywhere. Well, that wasn't quite my tackling assignment, was it? Sounds more like a Zerf LP. Legend of Mana? I don't know. I mean, JG and I did do Seiken and Setsu 3 on his channel at one point. Ha! We got Baxter. This AI is being not unreasonable, I have to say. That last pass they got off, if the AI wanted to be a stickler, there's no reason that they couldn't have just said, oh, well, I mean, that was perfect completion. Yeah, see, they're allowing for some fairly organic screw-ups. I would be disappointed if I missed that many passes. Oh, come on, there's a guy right there. Alright, Al Edwards, what can you do for us? You can run like hell. 10 yards. Oh boy.
Ready, set,
See if we can get just some breathing room here. No, we can't. Same play, guys.
ready, 3, 2. Put.
There you go, Andre. Get us the first down and everything else. Alright. That done. You know what I haven't done in a while? Generally because there's no real good reason to do it. A Hail Mary, where everyone goes back.
First down.
That was quite an exciting gain, wasn't it, everyone? We went from being in desperate danger of drawing a safety to... oh, well, okay. Accidentally running into a blocking assignment. That's alright. We had the tools in our tool bag to get rid of these fools.
First down.
We got 100 yards rushing for Thurman Thomas. I like that. There's not enough room left on the field to throw a bomb. Oh geez. That didn't feel good. Jets calling timeout. They're trying to get the clock stopped. Make sure they have maximum time on their end of the ball. Oh, Okay, guys. See what you're doing here. You don't have to, you know. You don't have to continue to just come in charging at unnatural speed. Don, baby, what did you just do? Alright. Well, I guess we're kicking a field goal, everybody. Don't do that very much. Oh, shoot. That's going to be the worst field goal. Hit that at the wrong time. Like, it wasn't even the slightly wrong time. It was the opposite of the time it needed to be. Hey, nice. I blocked the pass. I got PB trade. No.
Blue 48! Blue 48! Put, 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 put.
I got the feeling at some point in the new Star Wars movie, this, like, little glossy, black-colored BB-8 looking droid, BB-8, I guess, is what Bean was calling it. I don't know if it's got a real name. Probably does. Probably has a wiki page already. But I got to imagine at some point in time it's going to, like, I don't know, roll itself around in some orange and white paint and attempt to, I don't know, fool Rey into thinking that it's a good droid and it can be trusted with plans. And then it's going to betray them. That's my prediction for the plot of the next Star Wars movie, The Last Jedi. All this stuff with Mark Hamill and, like, you know, training theoretically happening and whatever other stuff. I haven't actually looked at any of the trailers because I'm going to see the movie anyway. I don't need to be enticed to go see it. Oh man, went for it on the 4th down. I didn't even notice at the time that I had managed to grind them through 4 downs. That's fair, everybody.
Round 52! First down!
Oh, you can get it now that it doesn't matter anymore, huh?
Red 24! Put! First down!
I don't know why I'm hurrying up to call a play, because I'm up. I really should just be downing the ball.
Touchdown!
But why not run up the scoreboard, huh? Let's keep Thurman Thomas's scoring stats up so that he remains NFL's leading scorer. Let's make sure that that remains. That was way too strong. The clock is not going to start. Oh, okay. Well, I guess it did because he decided to run it out after all. Everything is just wrapped up in a neat little package, isn't it? See. Alright, so let's take a look at the stats here. Sorry, sort of paused for a moment. Let's see. So, yeah. We got the 100 rushing yards for Thurman Thomas. We did not get 300 passing yards. That's so. Oh, and Baxter was their leading rusher with 11 yards. That's basically our key to success. We don't necessarily have the most productive offense in the NFL. We do all right, but we have a crushing defense. Let's go ahead and finish up this week so we can take a look at all the stats out there. Oh, the 49ers suffered a loss there. That is not something I'm used to checking out. Well, let's take a look at the rankings. No, that wasn't what I was looking for. Yes, the standings. That's what I meant. Take a look at the NFC first. Who is our likeliest competition here? It's possibly the Giants or the Cowboys. Both of those are teams that faced down the Buffalo Bills of the early 90s to devastating results. San Francisco. San Francisco, third in the NFC West, where I fully expect them to be the Super Bowl team for the NFC anytime playing Tecmo Super Bowl. But here they are, number 3 in the NFC West. Now granted, that's by like a whisker. It comes down to like second tiebreaker. You go by record, then you go by points scored, then you go by points scored against. It has to be down to that to get them underneath the Saints. So, and let's see the emulations through there. What is going on here, man? Oh, I guess technically, while I was playing the game, I didn't have the Windows active. It does seem to like being the active window. Oops. That was my fault, guys. So the Chiefs actually have a perfect record. Good for them. Steelers have a near-perfect record. And the Bills up here with a perfect record. Only given up 40 points. I'm gonna guess that is the least in the NFL. Without having actually specifically looked for that stat until right now, yes. Let's go ahead and look at the team rankings. Who has the best defense in the NFL? That's the Bills. Only just given up over 1,000 yards in week 8. Least number of passing, least number of rush. Yeah, we're that good. And you'll take a look at our offensive numbers. And yeah, you'll see the 49ers are up there. They're apparently just not converting that into wins. And we do okay. We're in the top 10, you know, in the 28-team NFL. Wow, our passing offense is sad. Sad! Apologize! Let's take a look at the NFL leaders. I'm gonna guess this meme. Oh, wait a second. Hey! Jim Kelly has finally been back for enough games that they are looking at him, whereas for a long time there, I think because he got injured very early in the season, that neither he nor Frank Reich were showing up in the NFL leading passers because I guess they didn't have enough stats to compare. We have the highest QB rating right now. We have 11 touchdowns and no interceptions. We are throwing for an average of 21.6 yards. We do not, by a long shot, have the most yards thrown. Or the greatest number of touchdowns. Probably don't have the highest completion percentage either. Oh. Oops. Yeah. So again, it looks like we don't have... Yeah, we're not on here, are we? Oh no, we are. We're number 4. We're number 4. Andre Rison has the greatest number of individual catches. What about receiving yards? Don Beebe is right up there. Andre Reed also in the top 10. That says something nice. We've got two guys up there. Neither of them are up at a Jerry Rice level, but who can be? If it's in yards per receptions, Andre Reed sure can. Oh-ho! Alright, let's take a look at our rushing. We are just underneath. Yeah, we are number 2 in rushing yards. In a far greater number of attempts, though, so we have a much smaller overall average. However, that does mean that Thurman Thomas, easily the NFL's leading scorer. All the touchdowns. And Steve Christie has all the extra points. We've only ever punted twice, which means our average can be pretty high. Let's take a look at the NFL leaders in sack. Cornelius Bennett has 14 sacks. You know, we did not actually score that many sacks in that game. Keith Willis also one of the leaders in sack. So grateful for our defensive line. And with that, I went to game start rather than next week. Oh, and it's going to be the first game of next week is Buffalo versus Washington. Stay tuned, YouTube.